Enter the Chickings, page 125. On January 2nd, which was a Tuesday, we went back to school. In homeroom, I was talking with Lori about my problem with Saul when inspiration struck me like a ham-sized fist. Well, actually, a ham-sized fist struck me like an inspiration or something. I got punched and inspired. Here's how it happened. Lori, I was saying, how am I going to show up at Saul's place today? What am I supposed to say? I already told you he's not mad. That's just how he is. He blows off some steam once in a while. Oh, like you're the big expert on Solomon Lewis all of a sudden? Oh, feet washing genius. Don't get mad at me just because you befriended an old man under false pretenses. I'm just trying to tell you things will be okay. That's all. Then came the fist, bashing into my right upper arm with 300 pounds of semi-blubbery football player behind it. Brian Gilson. Hey, lawn gnome boy. I missed you over the break. Why didn't you come to Jody's New Year's Eve party? Oh, that's right, because you're a complete loser who's grounded for life. He sat down on the edge of my desk while I struggled desperately against the urge to rub my arm where he'd clobbered me. Anyway, I couldn't help overhearing that you got your geezer friend mad at you. Since I know you'll go to jail if you blow off your probation, and since homeroom wouldn't be the same without your sorry company, I'll give you some free advice. Lori was never much for staying quiet. Free advice from you? You just learned to speak in sentences like last week, and Alex needs your wisdom? Anyway, he's trying to stay out of trouble, which isn't exactly your specialty. Why don't you go impress your friends by walking away and chewing gum? No, really, all you have to do, Dorkwad, is make the old man feel special. You know, like bring him a gift, the severed head of a lawn gnome, maybe. I crossed my eyes and pretended to think about it for a second. Then I really did think about it for a second. Then I got an amazing idea just as the bell rang for first period. I grabbed Brian's hands and I shook it profusely. That's it! You are smarter than your girlfriend told me you were last night. Thanks, Brian. I owe you one. As they ran off in triumph, Brian and Lori were shrugging at each other, trying to figure out why I was so excited. It was like a little pixie bison bonding moment. Brian's advice had actually given me a great idea. This idea was amazing on about 17 different levels. One, it would impress the judge with my apparent selflessness and personal growth. Two, it would entertain and amuse dozens of oldsters. Three, it would make my mom think I may have some shred of redeemable goodness. Four, it was a chance to play guitar. And five, it might even shut Saul up for an hour. Okay, so it was only amazing for 5 reasons. Still, they were mighty big reasons. The idea was this. I would stage a benefit jazz concert at the home with profits going toward future cultural events there. It would help people and might even prove to Saul that he wasn't just my punishment. It was a win-win situation all around, and he knew exactly the people I would need to make it happen. The Chickings! There were 2 members of my high school jazz band. Stephen was a superhuman drummer, and his eternal girlfriend, Annette, was a hellaciously gifted piano whiz. I called them the Chickings after the sound that happens in a science fiction movie when 2 spaceship airlocks are slammed together by the nearly irresistible force of a magnetic tractor beam. Chicking! That's how close Annette and Stephen and Annette were. I needed the Chickings for this project because of the 3 things they loved nearly as much as they adored each other, which were jazz, being do-gooders, and their constant quest to create the perfect benefit concert. Why are they so into benefit concerts? Well, the obvious reason is the concerts they put on together always involved playing jazz and do-gooding, but there was more to it. 3 years ago, they had fallen in love while planning and rehearsing a benefit concert to pay the hospital bills for Stephen's little brother, Jeffrey, who had cancer. Even though Annette never got to play a single note at the concert, and Stephen had to run out during the intermission to take Jeffrey to the hospital, the gig was a huge success. The bills got paid, and Jeffrey became the unofficial town mascot, a position he holds to this day. And of course, Stephen and Annette got each other. Really, it's so sweet, I could hurl. The Chickings are ace students, of course. They are the most beloved couple ever to walk the halls of a high school without wearing athletic uniforms. They are jaw-dropping good musicians, and they are very, very kind. Kind to animals, honor society officers, patron saints of the Key Club. Very, very different from the mediocre guitarist, the car-thieving lawn gnome Melanger, the convicted delinquent who would now be attempting to enlist their aid. Good thing I was so charming. Ugh, who was I kidding? These people live for benefit concerts. If Stephen's mom were choking on a chicken bone, he would start the Heimlich maneuver while Annette started designing a poster for the Bone Aid. They would jump on this opportunity. It was in the bag, right? I thought about my approach all day. We all had jazz band practice right after school. Then I would be heading straight for the home. So if I did this right, I could have the news of the concert ready as ammunition for when I had to face Saul. I decided to leave my last class early because Stephen and Annette had independent study music class at the end of the day. That's how amazing these people's lives were. They had convinced an entire school to give them a special daily period built for two. As me, I had to practically promise my firstborn child to my pre-calc teacher just so I could miss the last 8 minutes of his valuable instructional droning.